That was so amazing. It was one of the most amazing moments of my life. You could hear the marching band was just playing, and there was like the whole dock was covered in people, and the sun was setting, and it was like all these people that I had been working with for years. And then finally just arriving, and my friends, this was totally unexpected. Two friends came up and picked me up in this canoe and just like ferried me to shore, and then I just like ran up the dock and like ran into a crowd of people and found my dad, and he was like totally choked up. He was like, "This is so wonderful." And everyone just seemed so kind of ecstatic that it was, especially us, it was really magical. This project is called the Swimming Cities of Switchback Sea, and it's been years in the making, I'd say, and then more concentratedly been working for about 6 months. The project is sort of encompasses a series of boats that came down the Hudson River toward their destination, which was this installation here on the East River.
I became aware of Swoon's work because I began to see it on the streets and would see her figures in wheat paste, these extraordinary woodblock or linoleum block prints. I was stunned because this wasn't the same kind of street art that we'd been seeing. This was something completely fresh, and a friend of mine who'd gone to Pratt and who knew Swoon told me who it was. So that's Swoon's work. And she said, "Oh, but you'll never be able to meet her." And I put the word out, and about 8 months later, through a mutual friend, I got the word that Swoon was willing to meet me.
I feel like that was kind of the sort of commercial tipping point for me. Not kind of, that was it. That was the one. It's definitely an ongoing struggle, and I've definitely made a lot of compromises that I don't know if I would have foreseen. Like, for example, having work in the art fairs. I hate the art fairs, but I have done pieces there, you know, or like not knowing any of my collectors, not knowing where things are going, not knowing where any of that money is coming from. It's all very strange. You know, there's these other questions of corporate sponsorship and so on. You know, Deitch Projects has asked me to get Nike sponsorship for this, and I really don't want to. It's just not something that I feel comfortable with, even though I'm already working with such a commercial gallery as Deitch Projects.
But we are very sensitive to how she works, and what we try to do in the gallery is to continue what she's doing, to give her a context that's an extension of what she's doing on the street.
For me, this installation is all about this kind of 9-foot floodline and the idea of like waters rising and receding and coming back, and these ships sort of returning to their docking place. I had this dream of this giant woman with these huge skirts, and she was like, "You can just dock your boats in here, I'll keep them safe." Along the way, we found this quarry that was like all these flooded buildings, and you could swim in the windows, and there were like submerged cars and different things. And for me, it was very surreal. I was coming back and forth working on this installation and working and traveling down the river. And so to be sort of swimming through the windows of buildings and being like, this is kind of what I'm trying to build back in New York City. This project for me, I guess, was a chance to try and make something which felt impossible.
Callie is an absolute joy to work with. Her crew is wonderful people, and as hard as the work might have been at times, it was always fun, and it was always sort of, you never knew what you'd do each day coming in because it was always changing, and sort of an organic process of hers. And so it was very exciting because I never knew what would happen next, and we just sort of jump right in.
I've lived in Brooklyn for like 11 years. I moved here from Florida when I was a kid, you know, I was like 19, I was so innocent. I think when I moved here, I sort of like wondered and hoped what I would do, but I feel like that this has all been a lot more than I even imagined.